Hi everyone, welcome to the continent of Africa. This is a brief explanation of the following items on each of the country measured on this channel: the geography, the culture, the languages, climate, tourism, some of the emblematic places of interest, and the diversity of the ethnic groups living in harmony in one country. I wish you will broaden your knowledge by listening to the video. I believe that joining effort will make it possible to improve the cross-cultural understanding and global awareness among the nations in order to develop perception and inclusion of the strange. I thank you so much for your time and interest. Welcome to Guinea-Bissau. Here goes the geography. Guinea-Bissau, officially the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, is a country in West Africa. It covers 36,125 square kilometers with an estimated population of 1,704,000 inhabitants. Its capital is Bissau, after recognizing its independence on the 25th of April 1974. Its bordering countries are Senegal to the north and Guinea to the south and east, with the Atlantic Ocean to the west. Ethnic groups. I've selected the ethnic groups with higher population and the languages widely spoken among the nation. The population of Guinea-Bissau is ethnically diverse and has many distinct languages, customs, and social structures. Guinea-Bissauans can be divided into the following ethnic groups: Fula and the Mandinka speaking people, who comprise the larger portion of the population and are concentrated in the north and northeast. Balanta and Papel people, who live in the southern coastal regions, and Majako and Makanja, who occupy the central and northern coastal areas. Most of the other ethnic groups are mestizos of mixed Portuguese and African descent, including a Cape Verdean minority. Portuguese natives comprise a very small percentage of Guinea-Bissauans. After Guinea-Bissau gained independence, most of the Portuguese nationals left the country. The country has a tiny Chinese population. These include traders and merchants of mixed Portuguese and Chinese ancestry from Macau, a former Asian Portuguese colony. Languages. About 14% of the population speak Portuguese, the official language, and it was made the language of government and national communication during the colonial years. 44% speak Creole, a Portuguese-based Creole language, which is effectively a lingua franca of communication among groups. The rest speak a variety of native African languages unique to ethnicities. Most Portuguese and mestizos speak one of the African languages and Creole as second languages. French is also taught in schools because Guinea-Bissau is surrounded by French-speaking nations. Guinea-Bissau is a full member of the Francophonie. On the other hand, it might be of interest to know some of the emblematic places for cultural and tourism purposes. The music of Guinea-Bissau is usually associated with the polyrhythmic djembe. That's the genre that the country's primary musical export. However, civil unrest and other factors have combined over the years to keep djembe and other genres out of mainstream audiences, even in generally syncretistic African countries. The calabash is the primary musical instrument of Guinea-Bissau and is used in extremely swift and rhythmically complex. Dance music, lyrics are almost always in Guinea-Bissau Creole, a Portuguese-based Creole language, and are often humorous and topical, revolving around current events and controversies. The word djembe is sometimes used generically to refer to any music of the country, although it most specifically refers to a unique style that fuses about 10 of the country's folk music traditions. Tina and Tinga are other popular genres, while extant folk traditions, which include ceremonial music used in funerals, celebrations, and other rituals, as well as balanta, broska, and kusunde. Mandinga, Jambadon, and the Kunderi sound of the Bissau Islands. The climate: Guinea-Bissau is warm all year round, and there is little temperature fluctuations. It averages 27 degrees centigrade. The average rainfall in Bissau is 79 inches. Although this is almost entirely accounted for during the rainy season, which falls between June and September to October. From December through April, the country experiences drought. Its monsoon-like rainy season alternates with periods of hot, dry harmattan winds blowing from the Sahara. Tourism: the terrain of Guinea-Bissau is mostly low coastal plain with swamps of Guinean mangroves rising to Guinean forest savanna mosaic in the east and an archipelago of some 20 tropical beautiful islands. The main cities in Guinea-Bissau to visit include Bissau, that's the capital, Bafata, which is the present town with an interesting colonial center located on the Rio Jeba. Bolama, capital of country until 1941, has some magnificent examples of colonial architecture and has been suggested as a World Heritage Site. Buba, end of the thematic going to the south of Guinea-Bissau. The town is built along a tidal river, the Rio Grande de Buba, with decent hotels. Bubage, largest town in the Bijagos archipelago, with hotels and harbor for both trips to other islands. Cacho Cacho was once an important place for slave trading, and there is still a little fort, Catillo, Farim, Gabium. Busy market town with a predominantly Muslim population. On the island of Orango, it is possible to see hippos and other wildlife. There are many other possibilities of ecotourism on the Virgin Islands. On some islands, there are even turtle nesting grounds. Many islands have French-owned fishing lodges. Varela, just south of Cape Skirin, in the capital Bissau, there are many minibuses used for transport within the city. There are also regular mini cars. The main bus station of Bissau is situated next to the airport road. Transportation is one of the problems in the country which need attention. As for the islands, there is a choice between cheap but rather unsafe canoes and expensive modern boats owned by French fishing lodges on the Bijangos Island. As for international traveling, you may either travel by plane, direct flights from Portugal once a week, and the daily Cabo Verde Airlines have daily flights from Dakar. If you prefer to travel by vehicle from Senegal or Gambia to Bissau, it's an adventure that will take you longer than expected.